Hello, and welcome to my discussion on building relationships in secondary and higher ed courses. So the importance of building relationships is obviously something that we all know as educators that's super important. Long after students leave the classrooms and have forgotten the content that they've learned, many of them will still maintain a connection to friends, teachers, and mentors. And it's been suggested by research that having a mentor during college, that the student achieves more academic success and has an overall better well-being. Another study done by the staff at Gallup takes a look at how relationships affected their perception of their education after they've graduated. And in their findings, they found that the odds of a student agreeing that their education was worth their time, it was worth the cost, increased significantly if they believed that their professors cared about them, that they made them excited to learn, and if they had a mentor to help them to pursue their goals. So what are some practices that we can do for building those relationships and rapport with our learners? First of all, attending college events, making yourself, and just events in general, making yourself known in the community and that you are willing to be a part of this community, particularly in the upper grades. Meet with students outside of office hours, have advising circles where students can come and meet with professors and other students to help understand the expectations of the college and the courses that they will be taking. Ask students to share feedback about their learning environment. So this could be something that you start at the beginning, but could be something that you continuously do throughout the year, because you want to make sure that your students feel comfortable in your room, that they feel safe in your room. Encourage collaboration and an inclusive learning environment. And this can be simple as having students work together in pairs already, having them work in groups of 3 or 4 or more, but also asking students to describe how they best learn. And that just shows them that you care about what they're learning and how they're going to learn it. And then also try to have more positive interactions with your students than negative ones. Praise them for their hard work. They maybe didn't get a great grade on something, but you could tell that they put a lot of effort into it. That's going to mean a lot to them. Ask them about themselves. Ask about family, friends, pets, hobbies, all kinds of things that they would maybe like to share with you. And then greet them by name and know how to spell their name. I had a student where she actually got in trouble in my class, and I wrote down her name on the board and I spelled her name correctly. And it was because of that interaction, because I wrote down her name correctly and she did not cause as many disruptions in the class after that. So it's incredibly important to be able to say their name properly, but also to spell it also. Discuss how they are feeling. Be open about your emotions, because then they're willing to share more things with you as well. So how can we learn the needs and interests of our adult learners? Well, when students visit for office hours, use those first few minutes to get to know them and to fully understand what they are there for, other than what they initially came in for. And meet with students outside of those office hours. You know, those advising circles that I mentioned earlier, that allows them to meet with others, get to know one another, and get to know you. And they help them in so many ways other than just academically. And then how can we address when we have viewpoints that differ from our own? Because we all know that this is going to happen. You're going to have a different viewpoint than what your students, because we all come from different backgrounds. So one thing that you can do is attend cultural events, attend events of the opposite viewpoint, and see maybe why it is that they feel that way. Research their viewpoint. Go out and actually spend some time looking more into the opposite side of the argument, and then also just allow them to make arguments for or against without interrupting them. It's important for people to feel heard. And if a student feels heard, then they feel like they are actually making a difference. And so you can argue with them in a positive manner that is beneficial for both of you. And then finally, you know, being a Christian is all about acceptance and empathy for others. So being open to finding new methods of teaching, being open to trying new things, and bringing new things into your room are going to make people feel more accepted. They're going to feel like they are representative and that they are heard. I hope you enjoyed my discussion and have a wonderful day.